Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Humble Greatness in the building. Y'all see I got two very special guests with me right now. Actually, I got a special guest, and then I got somebody who's going to help me in this episode. So I'm going to have her introduce herself in the middle, and then I'm going to have you introduce yourself. So who do we have in the middle? What we got going on? What's up?
My name is Lindley.
We got Lindley here. We got a new face. All right, what about you?
Blessed Deja.
Blessed Deja. She going to help me interview. So, man, I know y'all got some questions just seeing this right now, you know what I'm saying? So all the attention is going to go to this lady in the middle. So who are you?
Well, my name is Lindley, and I'm 20 years old, and I have my own boutique that I recently just started. I sell clothes, I sell accessories, get into music. I've sang my whole life, but I'm like trying to work on music to release, but I haven't released it yet because I'm working on a couple of songs to drop. I like to keep people, mysterious. Like I say, stay in tune, guys, stay tuned. And all they've really seen so far is my photo shoots. And so that's really it. Just I've been working on my music and my boutique and just trying to find a way.
Absolutely. So let's start off with this first. What's up with the boutique?
The boutique?
Is it like a website online, or is it just like you do it a little on Instagram, or how's it work?
How
do people find you? That's what I want.
So I started, I was just sitting down one day and I was like, I think I should start a boutique, something that when my daughter grows up, that she can take a part of.
So you got a little person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for sure.
So I started my website online. Okay. I just, used Squared to build my website off of. Okay. And I'm rebuilding my website right now. So people really just DM me and they're like, oh, I want a t-shirt order, and then I pack it up for them and give it to them.
So let me ask you this, is it your clothing line, or are you doing stuff for other people?
No, it's my clothing line.
Okay.
I make my own t-shirts and stuff like that.
Oh, dang. All right.
And what does your brand mean to you?
So really, my whole name means something to me, Lindley within itself, because a lot of the girls in my family, their middle name is Lynn. The boys, it's Lee, so Lindley, and that's my daughter's middle name. So I wanted to create something for myself that really meant the world to me and my daughter.
Okay, that's dope. Dang, that was deep. That was deep for real. Okay, cool. So when will the online shop be available?
Here in about a week. The website is already made, but it's just not to what I want it to be. So I want to get it to what I want to be, so I can post it.
I think that's really important when every time you're doing something, it might be good, but you want it to be the best thing, because we all know about first impressions,
right? And
what that can really do, especially for a brand. So we do shirts. Do we do pants? Do we do shoes? And because you said accessories, so. What does accessories mean?
So it's kind of just keychains, and I'm starting to get into making bags or labels for people if they want to put them on their cars and stuff like that.
That's dope.
So I'm just doing little by little. I'm learning how to do more things.
Okay. All right, you already know it. You got any more questions?
No, when the website up, count me in.
Yeah,
ain't that right?
There has to be a huge drop going on. All right, and then you mentioned, I don't want to get to the music just yet, because after that you mentioned photo shoot. So what are the photographers? Is it just photographers from here? Have you traveled? Let's talk about that.
So really, it's just local photographers right now.
Okay.
And
anybody want to shout out?
So shout out to 316 Photo Man. He does my photos right now. And I've been working with Dylan, who shot that. He does some of my videos.
For sure.
They're really cool people, and I appreciate them for, getting me in and
absolutely
making it look good. So
dope. Is there any photographers that you want to work with here in town? I can put you on game about some other.
I'm willing to, be open to anything.
Sure.
I always like to make new connections and be open-minded, so.
That's dope. So then you already know the music. What's up?
With the music?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the music. What do we have out right now? Do we have anything out?
I don't have anything out.
Okay.
I just went to the studio a couple days ago, and they're working on that to get it released.
Okay.
But,
that's your first song?
Yeah, that's my first song.
You nervous?
I'm a little
Sweating.
bit I'm a little bit nervous, yeah. But no, I mean I've been singing since I was little, and
Okay.
you know,
Are we talking like growing up in a church singing?
no, like just me. I was very sheltered as a kid, so my voice is the only thing I had. So I would be
wow.
sitting in my room and I'm just singing because that's all I could do.
Anybody
so.
else in your family sing?
No, just me.
Really?
Yep. And then you know, like the people who raised me, they talked really down on it, like you're not gonna get anywhere with it, like, you know, it's not gonna get you anywhere. They never put me in vocal or anything, you know, so they didn't believe in it. So that when I like grew older, it only inspired me to like go chase my dreams even more, you know. And I'm like, everybody wouldn't tell me I have a good voice for no reason if it wasn't true. So
Sure.
plus it's like when you have so much to say and you've been through so much, and you like, you know what you want to say and what you want to talk about, because you can always use your voice to empower other people.
Yeah, you're right about that. Okay. Who's your favorite artist?
What's
on your playlist right now? Let me ask you that.
Honestly, I don't really have a favorite artist because what I listen to is so like universal.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I listen to Billie Eilish, I listen to YoungBoy, I listen to all kinds of things. It's just all over the map.
All right, let me ask you a better question. I got something that I think I can kind of narrow it down to. If you had a concert ticket to any artist, front row, who is you gonna choose?
I don't know. I feel like
Can't say Chris Brown.
I feel like it would probably be Billie Eilish because she started so young. Like I remember she was talking like she was like making a video or on a podcast one day, and she was talking about how she just sat in her closet and she started singing. And if it wasn't for her releasing Ocean Eyes, that blew her up. You know what I mean? Like she just said, I'm gonna post it, and she went for it. And look at her now.
Absolutely.
Plus she talks really big on like mental health and the things she's been through, and that means a lot to me.
Dang, that's dope. Now, you said something that really stuck out to me. I've been holding on to it for a little bit. You said the people that raised me. You didn't say your parents. You said people who raised me. So are you adopted?
So my parents, they got really bad into addiction when I was really young. My dad wasn't really ever around. And when I was 2 years old, my aunt and uncle, they adopted me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why when like I talk about when I was sheltered and everything, it's like, you know, you want to do everything you can to protect your kids from the world, but
absolutely,
you know, you can't completely knock them out of it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of things I couldn't do, and like what my escape was going to work. I got a job and went to college when I was 16, and that was my escape, and just singing was.
Yeah, for sure. So did you do choir at all?
Nope, I wasn't allowed to like sing, like do vocal.
No after school activities.
Nope,
huh?
I wasn't allowed.
Straight to school, straight home.
Yep, and
no sports.
Nope.
Oh.
When I was in 10th grade, I went online school because I got bullied really bad in school, and COVID hit.
For?
Just, you know, people are petty and mean.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you're right.
People are petty and mean, and that's another thing is like. When I talk about mental health and like bullying, for example, like that's a big deal to me because you just never know what someone's going through, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
10th grade, I said, forget it. I'm staying home. I did online school.
And then you said that was during COVID? Mm-hmm. Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated.
Okay, got you. Are you doing college at all? Do you care to do college?
Yeah, so when I was 16, I got my CNA because I'm like, I don't want to flip burgers. All I know how to do is take care of people.
Fair enough.
You know, not knocking on anybody who does. That would just not my cup of tea. So I did that, and I've been doing that for 5 years. And then it's like, you know, like being in that field, you just don't. Like you don't get treated right, and the pay isn't worth it. Yeah. And it's just it takes a toll on your mental. So, you know, about 5 months ago, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to figure out another thing to do. Okay. Because I'm like, you know, I paid my time, my respects. Absolutely. It's time to go on to bigger things.
It's time to do something different.
So I did, you know, go further into like doing nursing and stuff like that, but college just wasn't for me. Like after doing online school for 3 years, it's very hard for you to get back in school and just like comprehend what they're saying and learn how to study and all of this stuff. So I'm just like, I can't do it. I tried, but it's not for me.
Man, you got a question?
My question would be if you had thousands of people in front of you right now ready to hear you sing, what song would you sing?
I'm not even too sure. That's a big question because I'm not sure. I'm not expecting that.
Is it like a go-to like cover? You know what I'm saying? Like if okay, I like that, but let me put it in a different sense.
Right.
If you were on like The Voice, right, and they were like, "Hey, we need you to sing a cover song," what song are you choosing?
I mean, for when I auditioned for AGT, I sang "Say Something" because I'm like, it's like slower that you can do enough vocals to like catch their eye. But that's what I sang. But I don't know what like go-to song I would do.
Okay.
It'd probably be one of my own once I finally get that finished.
All right, building up the catalog. Okay.
So when you sing "Say Something," what feeling does that relate to you?
It's like, as I said, I'm going to repeat this a lot. Like, I struggle a lot mentally. So when it's like, when I sing "Say Something," it's like when you feel so alone, but there's so many people surrounding you, but it's like you just put on this act every day, It's like, say something like you just need to speak up. You need to just say something, but it's just hard sometimes because you feel like maybe you're going to be misunderstood or
maybe nobody's going to care.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I feel like the thing about me is like I don't like to be like fake. Like if I'm feeling some type of way, I'm probably going to post it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to make a short film about mental health to help other people because it's like we lose a lot of people because they didn't say something, because they didn't speak up, because they thought they were alone. So I'm like, if I can help anybody with what I say or what I do, I'm going to do that.
Dang, that's dope.
So with you being sheltered, do you feel like you had time to grow your voice stronger?
I feel like in a way I did. I felt like I just kept on singing and singing and singing. And I would just, sing to my friends and sing to some of my family. And they just inspired me. Like, you sound really good. You should probably do something with that.
Dang. Okay. I like that. That's wild to me that there was no after school activities that you participated in.
Yeah. And it's very interesting, like
that's the time to like meet new friends and meet people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, for real.
It's very interesting because I moved out when I was 17 too. So when I moved out, I had all of this freedom and I had no idea what to do.
Yeah,
with
you don't
it.
know what to do with it, of course.
And like, it got me into some sticky situations.
Of course.
Some sticky situations. But, you just got to realize your faults, where you go wrong, your mistakes, and just be a better person.
Man.
Be like, I accept that, I did what I did, but that's not who I am, Tomorrow's a new day.
For sure.
Some people don't get that,
Yeah, you're right. So did you grow up here?
I was born in Wichita, and then I was raised in Oklahoma. But I was raised in Oklahoma where there's like a small little town. There's only like a gas station.
Oh, no stoplight? No school?
No
it's
stoplight.
It's just like a 4-way stop, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, my
It was
goodness.
super tiny.
So then the bus comes and gets you for school? Or like, what?
So there was like a dirt road leading to my house, and they couldn't go down the dirt road because it was so far out of town that if they went down the dirt road, they were going to go into the other school district. So I would have to wake up and get taken to the bus stop down the road at like 5:45. I was the first and last person to be picked up, and it was just like crazy because I'm like, man, that's so early.
I know. Is it like, okay, you wake up, you said you get dropped off. It's too far to walk?
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, maybe like 2 miles or something like that.
Yeah, you in the sticks.
I'm like, plus you're out in the boonies. I'm like, if I walk, a coyote's gonna eat me, man. Like,
somebody might come grab me, or a wild beast or something.
Literally.
So you did that from when to when? Your whole life?
Did what?
Is that what you were in Oklahoma pretty much your whole life?
Yeah, pretty much.
What brings you back here?
When I moved out when I was 17, my parents, because I call them my parents still, my aunt and uncle, and they're like my mom and dad to me. So despite, everything, but I went back because they told me, they're like, basically, I struggled a lot growing up because when your parents like go through addiction and you feel like you're not wanted, and it's like, why are drugs more important than me? And I've really struggled with that because it's like I felt like I know I'm good enough now, but it's like then as a kid I'm like, I never understood why I was never good enough, why drugs were more important, because it wasn't just me, it was my siblings too, and I'm
How many
just
brothers
like,
and sisters you have?
So it's kind of complicated. On my dad's side, I have a younger brother and 2 sisters who are younger than me. So I'm the oldest on my dad's side. Then on my mom's side, I have an older sister and an older brother.
Do you know them?
I don't really talk to them. I don't really talk to any of them because it's like I didn't ever connect with my dad like that. So I didn't get to know them. And then on my mom's side, I kind of connected with that. But my sister moved out, in 2015, and my brother is older. And, big bro, little sis, we just don't get along.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it'd be like that.
But what was I saying?
I was just talking about brothers and sisters.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's how many siblings I have. And what I was saying was about like when you just grow up like that, like you just feel like really alone, and you just deal with things. Like I know, like now that I'm an adult, I'm still dealing with that to this day.
Absolutely.
Like I feel like when you don't have your dad figure in your life, like I had a dad like play that role, but it's like, it's just not the same.
There's still like a connection.
Nothing like your father.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a connection that's built inside of everybody to really know their parents, no matter what situation they're in. You know what I mean?
Right. And I feel like what you go through as a kid really plays a big part in like who you are to this day.
Absolutely.
And when you don't have the right teachers and the right people pushing you in the right direction, it's hard, because I found myself trying to look for that love in guys in all the wrong places. And it's like, if this person didn't want to be with me, then I would just find someone else to be with me, because I didn't want to be by myself, because I'm like, I don't deserve to be by myself. But it's like I had to learn how to overcome that, and that's very hard. Like it's very hard to just be like, I just gotta do me. I just gotta be by myself. And it's hard when like you just want someone, you want that love so bad that you would stay in a bad situation with someone just to get that,
Correct. Yeah, you speaking some
Facts.
truth. 100%. Well, the thing about it is the way that people are created. We're not created to be alone, right? So it's not natural for somebody to be by themselves.
Right.
It's a red flag, honestly. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, there's times when you're gonna go through stuff and you're like, I just kind of need to take a break. But to talk to somebody and then be like, yeah, man, I'm just all by myself all the time. That's like, whoa, you got a story to tell at that point. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because especially working in the medical field, I see a lot of people, like a lot of people die. A lot of people die right in front of me, and it's a crazy thing to go through because there's nobody by their side but me. And you got to think, that's why I had to get out of the medical field, because as much as like I wanted to do it, when I'm one person and I have 18 patients and this patient has to sit without help for an hour because I'm with somebody else and they're like, trying to get out of bed, they're going to fall on the floor or whatever, it's hard. Like that's too much. It's too much to handle. And it's just like, it's just unfortunate, that's why I'm like, I don't want to die by myself. Like I see all of these people be alone, and it's just super upsetting,
Yeah, I feel you. You got a question, Deja? She listening. She listening. That's okay. Okay, so man, so you grew up. You were born in Wichita, grew up in Oklahoma. You come back to Wichita. Let me ask you this about your parents real quick. Do you know who your mom and dad are?
I do, and I contacted them when I was 18, but they're still struggling with addiction to this day.
Still,
yeah. And the
are
thing,
they here?
My mom is in Kansas. My dad is in Kansas too.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you another question. If they walk through this door right now, would you know that that's them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I can recognize who they are. But the thing that really got me is like my dad took care of my siblings, but my dad never came and, like he never tried to fight for me or anything. And like I love my like aunt and uncle, and I appreciate everything they've done for me, but that wasn't always the best situation for me, emotionally and mentally, that wasn't.
So when did you find out that those weren't your real parents? Like, do you go to school one day and they're like,
I think my aunt and uncle were like always open about it.
I got
but
you.
like,
Okay.
so I just grew up like, okay, my aunt and uncle are my mom and dad, you know, and my mom would come in and out of my life. And the only thing that my dad tried to do is he tried to.
So your mom tried, or she attempted?
She would just like be like, yeah, I want to see them, like see the kids, and then not come. Or then,
I got you. Okay.
Because the thing about my mom is she's very dependent on men. Like, she doesn't keep a job. She doesn't keep a car. She doesn't keep a house. She is strictly dependent on men. Like, to this day, she's, you know, she's living with a man and depending on that. And she's tried to get help with, like, being sober and everything, but then she just can't. She'll just stop.
It's really tough. I know a lot of people who have been to whatever sober living houses, whatever you want to call it, or AA meetings. But the issue is, if I'm a drug addict and I go into an AA meeting and everybody's there as a drug addict, it's really tough, because at the end of the day, those people they might even be trying to plug. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we in a healthy space mainly because we have to be there. You know, we got to do our little classes and stuff. Then they'll let us go. They'll get off of our back. But mainly that's a place where you meet more connects.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a tough process, and it's really tough for that. I mean, these are grown people,
right?
That, you know, they know right from wrong. They know how to make grown people decisions, and it's really hard when you have a failed household.
Right. It's definitely something different, and just like them trying to talk to me now. I mean, they've apologized and everything. They try to be like, they try to talk to me, but I'm like, you can talk to me, but if you're not putting in that effort, I'm not going to put in the effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, I am the way I am because two grown people couldn't be responsible and take care of their kid, and I have to suffer from that. You know, and the people my relationships have to suffer from that, because it's so hard of, like, you know, when I'm so flip-flop with, like, my moods or how I feel or what I'm going through, they're just seeing me go from 0 to 100 real quick, and they're like, why? Like, what's wrong with you? And it's like, I wish you would just, like, you could just understand what it's like to be in my shoes for 2 seconds, you know?
Right.
Dang. So is that what your music's about?
So, yeah, my music is basically about, like, this is my story.
Okay.
But it doesn't define me. I have a whole sleeve of all of my mental health diagnosis on my arm.
Okay. So you tatted up?
Yeah, like, I have all
okay.
All the abbreviations.
Okay.
All the abbreviations is something I've been diagnosed with. And I tatted that on me because it's like, the day I die and people get to see me, people are going to get to see what I struggled with. But I walk around with this tatted on me because it's like, this is my story. This is my storm, because it's a storm.
Okay.
This is my storm, but I'm still walking around. I'm still up. I'm still moving. I'm still doing what I need to do. So no matter all of that, it doesn't define me as a person.
So let me ask you this. This is a good one. Where do you get this from? Because you told me your story about your parents. Where does your inspiration come from? Like, this doesn't have to be my path. Like, I can do better. Where does that come from?
I feel like
do you listen to, like, motivational speakers?
I don't.
Okay.
This is what motivates me. So I feel like one thing that motivates me is, like, the pain. Like, just my parents doing that, how much pain and how much it's changed me as a person. And then when I found out, because I was on birth control when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was 18, and I just automatically knew, I was like, I'm going to have her. And so I was 19, I was like, I want to do better than my parents, because this little girl doesn't deserve to go through what I went through. So it's like, it puts a lot of pressure on you, like, as a mom, especially because I'm a single mom.
For sure.
So it's like, it puts a lot of pressure on you it's like when you have to work to provide, because you have to be the mom and the dad, but then you don't really ever get to see your kid because you have to work so much.
Because you got to work, absolutely.
So it's like, that really is what put the battery in my back, is like, I don't want to be like them. I don't want to hurt my daughter. I don't want to hurt people. And I know that if I took the route they took, that it would hurt everybody around me, because that's all, like, people I've felt, you know, from them doing what they did. So, and it's like, for, like, people who have, you know, parents who are addicts and they felt how I felt, I want them to be like, listen to this song. Like, this is what I had. Listen to this music. Like, listen to what I'm saying, because you're not alone. And I just want to help people, you know, because you, like, as I said, you don't know what someone's going through. Like, somebody calling you up right now, that could be the last time they talk to you before, you know.
You're absolutely right.
You never know.
I've had that with artists. I have a few artist stories. I won't share too much, but I've had a few artists call me before they pass away.
Yeah.
Like you talk to them, and then the next day you might wake up, see an article, and be like, "Man, I just spoke to dude." Like, that's wild. I've had a few of those encounters. So after you have that, especially with how many people come through here, yeah, it definitely hits different.
Yeah, it definitely does. That's why it's like it's good to do things like this and get yourself out there, because it's like, think about this. Big artists who've passed away, you still go back and listen to their music.
Absolutely.
And you still be thinking, you're like, wait a minute, what did they, roll it back, what did they just say? Like, they're actually speaking for generations over generations over generations. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to leave my footprint and like my footprint in the sand, so when I'm gone, people can like take away from and just learn anything from me,
Yeah. You got a question, Deja?
I guess what's one thing, like your music personally, that you want the world to know or hear?
Or have you created that yet?
Right.
I feel like it's in the works. I feel like with my music, I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to put what I want to say into the beat and into what type of tone that I want to deliver. It's like I know the message I want to deliver, but I don't know how to make it musicful. Like sometimes,
Well, let me ask you this: do you do poetry at all?
Not really. I've wrote some stuff here and there, but not really.
Okay. Because when you said you might not know how to put it over a beat, I was like, maybe the poetry route might be something that you could look into in order to help. Because I know some people, they said the same thing that you've said, and they're poets, and they're very good poets, right? But yeah, music at the end of the day, it's an art. It takes time, you know what I'm saying, to put. But I mean, I'm ready to hear something.
Yeah.
I know who the engineer is. I know who you are. I will pull up, bro. We actually just hung out with him the other day, so I'm excited. I'm excited to hear something, because at the end of the day, you always want to come out with your music and not really just hold it. I know even for Deja, Deja has something to say. Like, she come with like this soul and this attitude that I absolutely love, but it was one of those things where I had told her, I was like, man, you just put it out. Somebody gonna feel it. Just put it out there. So
at this point, it's like, what do you have to lose? Just put it out there. That's another thing is, I thankfully, like, I reached out to one of those creators that I've been watching for a long time since I was a teenager. I posted her on my story. I'm like,
from here?
Yeah, I believe she's from here.
Okay.
I believe she's from here. And I posted her on my story, and I was like, I'm just going to post her on my story. She's not going to reply to me back. Like, nothing's going to come out of it. She reposted the post on her story.
That's dope.
And then we hit each other up, and I was like, you have no idea. I've been watching you since I was a teenager. Like, I watched you get your first place. You travel. Now she's about to have a baby. Like, it is so, like, crazy. If I wouldn't have made that post, then I wouldn't be able to have that connection. And so she told me the main thing is consistency. You got to talk to the camera like it's a relationship. If you don't stay consistent, if you don't keep up with it, they're going to break up with you, So it's like, you got to stay on it and on it and on it. Like, post just anything at this point. Post anything. My TikTok is filled with just random, just funny, just random things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like, but it would be the randomest things that you don't think would go viral, and it goes viral. Like, it's crazy. It'd be the most cringiest, funniest things. And it's like, yeah, I saw your video. I'm like, yep, I don't know what that was, but hey, it sure did went viral. So
that's dope. That's dope. So what's the next step for you?
I would say the next step for me is to like, I'm really like.
Oh, let me break this down. Let me break it down. Sorry. Let's put this in phases. What is the next step for the clothing business?
The next step for my clothing business is finish my website.
Are you making it yourself or somebody making it for you?
No, I'm making it myself.
Okay.
So I got to order some new stuff, and I got to come up with a better design. Like a design that like people are going to want to wear, and it's going to like deliver a message to them when they wear it. So I want to do that. And then when I do that, I'm going to do a drop, but I'm going to do like it's like a collectible drop to where like I'm gonna drop one thing and then you're gonna want to get the other one because it goes with the the last thing. So,
absolutely, I understand that.
So I'm gonna do that, get my website together, and just really promote it. Really get myself out there with that.
I like the idea, and I'm gonna just shoot it out there because I'm thinking about it right now. I like the idea if you had a shirt that mimicked your sleeve. And then on the back, you had your Instagram @. I think that'll be tough.
That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool.
That'll be tough.
I'm known for my sleeve. Everybody be looking at it and they're like, what is that? Like, that's so cool because you haven't seen it on anybody else. That's the thing. I was like, I don't want to be like everybody else. That's why.
I think that'll be dope.
I do things that doesn't make me like everybody else.
So, then what's the next step with your family? Like mentally wise?
I feel like, I just cut off my real parents. It's just, there's a point in time where you just gotta cut the negativity out because I'm just gonna be disappointed when they're like this, but they're not coming over. They're not putting in that effort. It's like, okay, like I forgive you for what you did because someone told me before is like, sick, it's not hurt people, it's sick people hurt people.
Absolutely.
You don't know, I don't know what they went through as a kid. I don't know what their parents were like. And, so I can't really like hate them for what they did, but I definitely, have an issue with how it affected me because,
Do you know
I
your
didn't deserve
grandparents?
that. You said what?
Do you know your grandparents?
Yeah, on my mom's side I do.
Okay. What's the relationship with them?
I'm close with my grandma and my grandpa and I don't talk, but
Wichita or Oklahoma?
Wichita.
Got you. Okay.
But I was surprisingly more connected with because when I moved to Wichita, I was more close with my aunt's grandma, her mom.
Okay, yeah, correct.
My grandma,
That makes sense.
And she passed away in February, so
Sheesh.
So I went through a lot this year. I definitely did. She passed away in February. I really didn't know how to handle that because it's like when you're at the hospital taking care of people, it's one thing. But when you go to a hospital and someone's taking care of your loved one, it's a whole different thing. She was on life support. We decided that, she wasn't going to get the proper care she needed, so we cut her off.
Yeah.
It's just really some interesting things have happened since then. And it's crazy because it's like, kind of off track now. But I was sitting there and I was like, just give me a sign. And then like things started happening. And I'm like, I feel you're there, and it's just a crazy thing to feel. But I feel like she's an inspiration because like I know she's there watching over me. And so it's like I got to really shine,
Yeah, absolutely. And then what's the next thing with music?
With music, it's
after
really,
the song gets done, obviously.
With music, it's really just keep on writing, keep on putting something together for me to finally drop. But I know when like I drop it, everyone's gonna be like, "What took you so long?"
Exactly.
And so I'm excited for that.
I think y'all two got a lot to talk about because I feel like I know some of her stories, some of her stuff. Y'all two got a lot in common. I feel like y'all do at least.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Deja.
I was thinking that. I was like,
that's why she's listening hard. Yeah.
Just hearing her story and stuff like that. You don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
And, it's a great thing, but, it's like, it's a very good image to have. You know what I mean? And it's like, I really just have a small circle and I really hold on to, who's in my circle. It's
really tough to find good people in this business.
Ain't that right?
It's tough. Everybody was going to sell you a dream, whether it's real or not, right? And so I think I told you this yesterday. Like when you find people that are good, you have to hang on to them and you have to fight for them. You know what I mean? Because this business is not something where it's like, oh, well, you treated me well, so I'm going to just go to the next person. It ain't. Nah.
Right.
Nah, bruh. It ain't like that at all.
Right.
So the relationships that you have that you feel like are really strong for you, that aren't toxic, you got to fight for them because those are people worth fighting for.
Definitely.
So you got another question, Deja? What you got?
I'm lost right now.
Nah, you good. I just don't want to be talking too much.
I feel like I'm the one talking too much.
Nah, you good. You good.
But I just, I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to say. And I feel like another thing is like really getting myself out on like social media and doing something different.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, because being a nurse intern didn't work out, and because it doesn't really make you any money, it's like I have to do what I have to do to provide for my family.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And, you know, that's like, I think some people get like ashamed to talk about that and to bring it to like forums, but like, you know, I'm just going to say it because I have no shame in it. Like, you know, nursing didn't work out for me. And so, you know, I started dancing. And I started dancing, back at the end of March. But it's like, just because like I'm a dancer doesn't mean I have no self-respect for myself, doesn't mean that, you know, people can just touch me and do this or look at me a certain way. It's like, you know, like the place I work at, they have a lot of like respect and, you know, morals for their people. So it's like, I have no shame in saying that, because look at like Cardi B, for example. Cardi B was a dancer. Look at her now. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Those are red bottoms.
But
You're right. The thing is, you have to have a plan. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people, they just floating through life. But if you actually have a plan together, in order to get you to where you want to be, that's the most respectful thing.
exactly, because it's like people can hate on it all day, but you're not paying my bills. So
Hey,
it's like you're gonna hate on me because like I'm making my money and I'm doing what I need to do. It's like, yeah, like, you know, like I'm a mom, like, you know, it's not a good example to set for my daughter, but it's like I'm doing what I need to do, because who's gonna do that, you know, if I don't? So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go make that bag, and I'm gonna go come home and I'm gonna pay my bills, and my daughter's gonna have everything she needs. And it's like, when you're a mom, that's just a sacrifice you have to make. And if it's me being a dancer for you know, a year or two until I figure out something else, you know, then that's what I'm gonna go do, you know. But I'm not gonna let anybody walk fuck.
No,
I'm not gonna let anybody walk all over me just because I'm that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people be like, "You trying to meet up after work?" No, I'm not doing that, because I'm a dancer. Ain't that right? I'm a dancer. I'm an entertainer. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't need to go any further than that.
I'm really interested to hear what you talk about in your music. For real, I really am. I'm super interested, man, because you need to write you can already write a book.
Oh, definitely. I could totally I want to make a movie about my life. I feel like that would be so crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, when you start talking about your situations, you start linking with other people, you're going to find a lot of people is in the same boat that you are.
For sure. And it's a scary thing to talk about your situation and to just get it out there. But it's like, you know, I don't want to be that like scared person anymore. Like, I don't want to talk about it because people are going to judge me. Like, I don't care if people judge me anymore. I don't care. I'm like, people can say whatever they want at this point, because it's just like, this is just who I am. And if
I'm
you can't
glad
accept
that you found that out at your age.
Right.
Literally, I'm like, if you
The
can't,
sooner you find that out, the
better
easier life becomes.
you can't
real.
accept that, then keep it pushing, because, you know, this is just who I am.
Yeah, not everybody gonna like you. Not everybody gonna like how you rock and whatever, but it just is what it is. You gotta do what's best for you at the end of the day.
Literally. And it's like, you know, once you say certain things out, like, then you're letting people have kind of like an opinion about it. But I'm just like, I don't care. You know, I'm doing what I need to do, just like anybody else should, you know?
Who care?
Let me ask you this. If you could do anything for the rest of your life and money didn't matter, what would you do?
I would take care of people. I would help people. I would help people be happy, because I feel like that's hard for people sometimes. Like, and I would just help. I would help in any way I could, you know?
Hey, that's dope.
Like, I didn't just move out when I was 17. I stayed in a homeless shelter for a month here in Wichita.
Yeah.
And then I went.
How was that? Let's talk about that real quick.
So,
did you check yourself into it?
I didn't have anywhere to go, and I was couch surfing.
Yeah.
And I actually got into a situation where, like, it was kind of trafficking, but not necessarily, so just something like that. So, they found me, and I didn't have anywhere to go, and my family didn't want to help me at the time, so I went and stayed in a shelter for a month. But there was, you know, it wasn't just me, so when I got there, I stayed with the boys, So I had just went through that situation, and then I stayed with the boys, so it was like really triggering. But I stayed there, and then I moved to a homeless program here in Wichita. And
how long were you in there for?
Probably like maybe 7 months. But they have a lot of rules.
Oh,
because
yes, they do.
They have a lot of rules.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A lot of rules. So I was like, I understand why it is how it is, but it's like, when you're an adult, you don't want to be told what to do. So, but that's when I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. And so I just found an apartment for me and my daughter, and then I had her, and we lived there. So
I hear you keep talking about your daughter, and I just got a question. Like, you do music. Mm-hmm. So have you ever thought about writing a song for or to your daughter?
I have considered it. It's like, like the song Mama's Hand. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, by Queen.
Yeah, I listened to that over and over, and I was like, she inspires me to definitely write a song about my daughter. Like, and I just hope that, she understands why I do what I do when she gets older.
Right.
Yeah, I think if you're open and honest with your kids, they will understand. Mm-hmm. The whole like hiding this and that, we done with that, man. It's 2025. You gotta let them know what's going on, because they gonna figure it out, and then they gonna be upset. Like, why didn't she just tell me what was really going on? You know what I mean? So, I think if you just stay open and honest with your kids, that's what I've been doing with mine. I got a 10-year-old daughter, so me and her, we like this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, I think for me, and I'm gonna just talk about just my growing up real quick. My parents were always like, you can't do this, you can't do that, but they never told me why. Mm-hmm. So when I got out of the house and started acting crazy, right? All over the place. It was one of those things like, well, you told me no to this, but I go to college and everybody's doing this. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's the cool thing to do, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm roped in around that crowd. So I feel like if they would have told me, if you make this decision, this is the consequence.
Right.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? That makes more sense to me rather than don't do this, don't do that. Just tell me the consequence. Because if I know the consequence, then I already know what I'm going to get into.
Right.
Rather than just, don't do this, don't do that.
Right. I feel like, communication is a big thing.
Absolutely.
If they would have told me, like, maybe like why they did what they did, like why they sheltered me, I would look at it completely different. But I was just like a lost dog on the side of the street. When I got out there, I was like,
absolutely, I'm out here.
Anything I can get into, like.
Yeah, I feel you, man. First of all, thank you for sharing that stuff, because that's not easy to share.
No, but it's like you just get to a point where this is just this is just your story, and it's like at this point I'm like, as I said, this is just what I went through, and if it can help anybody else, then I'd love for that to happen. Man,
that's so dope. Anything else you want to say, Deja? She in there. That's Deja, she in there. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. So what I'm gonna do is, of course, I'm gonna have everybody's Instagram down at the bottom. If you got any questions or people want to hit you up, man, go ahead, hit us up. We're normal people. But yeah, thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. You got a lot going on. And I feel like, how many more months we got? 4? What is it? September, October? No. Yeah, we got 4 more months in the year. Your life is about to be different in the next 4 months, because you got a lot going on. Mm-hmm. So it's only a matter of time before the water steams and bubbles over the pot. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens within the next 4 months. This is going to be crazy.
It's exciting, definitely, for sure.
So this is another episode of Humble Talks. Man, we appreciate all the listeners. Go ahead, hit us up, and we out of here. Y'all take care.